My name is Dana, and my name is Isabella. Welcome back to a new episode of Genias. In each episode, we invite women from all around the world to tell us like their stories, their experience, and like to have some reflexive thoughts and to spread the message that robotics is fun and it's for girls. So, with the first question, it's what has been your favorite experience in STEM?
So, my favorite experience in STEM, I'd actually have to say, was this year with our robotics. It was one of the years that we really have seen so much just progress in our state. Our state has 17 teams in what's called First Tech Challenge, and we have been working at the core of these teams to actually have a program in our state. And this year, it's just been so much fun to see kids be interested in STEM from what we're doing and just be able to innovate and really connect with people all across our state about STEM. And that's something that I really, really have enjoyed this year.
Oh, that's great. And thank you for being here. I have another question for you. What would you say is the thing that you learned on STEM that you will always remember?
That's a good question. I think the thing I've learned from STEM and robotics that I'll always remember is it's okay to make mistakes. I am a bit of a perfectionist in my life, and first year robotics, if our robot's breaking down during the middle of a match, being like, it's okay that that happens, and continuing to, think of new ideas and brainstorm with a team on how to fix it and just kind of laugh it off, be okay to move on and move forward. And I really have found that that brings a lot more growth than getting something right every single time. And that's something I'll definitely carry forward in future careers when things go wrong, like kind of laughing it off, moving on, and really just, making sure that, it's a learning experience. Even if we lose and we fall on our faces, that we're still learning from it. And it's something that brings a lot of growth as a person and in a STEM career.
For sure. We really love that you have like his mindset, and it's really special and beautiful. So, what's the thing that you will change about the experience of being a woman in STEM?
Yeah, so I think around here, we don't have a lot of women in STEM, a lot of girls going into STEM, a lot of girls going into robotics. I am one of the only people in our program in our state, in the United States. And I think I really am wanting to advocate for that. I'm a senior now this year in high school. So when I graduate and I'm a first alum, I really want to be working to continue to get girls in this program because I think it's just so important. I'm someone who's not necessarily going to go into engineering, but robotics has really shaped my life and my future career. And it's something that's really for everybody. And we shouldn't let, us being girls stop us from doing robotics. And I think I'd really just want to advocate for that and really just change the mindset that, oh, it's just about tech and robotics. And if you're not an engineer mindset, you don't go into robotics. I really want to change that mindset and be like, this is all the really cool things that robotics can do. If you're going to be a doctor, you could do robotics and learn skills that you're going to apply. And I think that's something that is a message that really needs to be shared, especially to girls, because it's something that I feel like blocks girls from going into robotics and going into STEM. And that's something that I'm really passionate about spreading, definitely in my state and also our country. So.
Yes, sure. For example, here in our team, we have learned about so many people that maybe were in the robotics team, but now they pursue careers that you wouldn't commonly relate with robotics. And that didn't stop them from, become part of this competitive robotics team and
Yeah.
then, achieve some great things. And it's a great experience, even if you don't want to, be an engineer, of course. And what would you think that you remember a significant memory about the starts when you started to learn about STEM?
So I have always loved STEM. I think when I was probably like a significant memory when I was little, so I'd say I was probably about 8 or 9. It's when I really wanted to pursue something actively in STEM, and I knew what I wanted to do. So I now want to be a wildlife biologist, and robotics kind of plays into that in the fact that I want to do a lot with like camera traps, camera vision, things like that. And so I've learned a lot of skills because I was on the coding team. So I learned a lot of skills in the first 2 years. And now I'm learning a lot of the business and management skills that are going to apply. And I think a significant memory is 9 years old, I was reading about people in STEM, and it was an article about like girls in National Geographic, and there's a bunch of things that they were doing with animals. And it was something that I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And I think I've carried that passion of STEM with me. And it's always just been something that I wanted to pursue. And I'm definitely just so grateful that robotics has given me even more tools to be able to pursue that and really narrow down that. But that is definitely a memory in my head of just seeing an article and saying, this is what I want to do, is something that's always been really prevalent in my story of STEM. So
It's really beautiful that like this memory continues in your head, like, and help you like to follow this path that is robotics. And for some other girls that maybe have like the same like questions or robotics, or it's really good and really full, that because that's how you get interested at first, and maybe that's how other girls may become interested too. So, what's something you will say you fight for as a woman in STEM?
yeah, so I think just fighting for really having just the recognition as much, because I think a lot of times, girls on teams, we're on a team, but there's not as much recognition sometimes. And, really, I think even as a girl, being proud that, yeah, we are women in STEM. And it's not just, oh, we're in a robotics team. Like, that's a big deal that we're representing women in STEM. And, I was thinking just like all of the women who have fought for opportunities like this for women to be in. It's just such an incredible thing. And I think having the opportunity for women to talk, like what you guys are doing to show, women on robotics and women in STEM is just really cool. And I really want to fight for more opportunities for girls to share their stories and to really be able to like represent what history has shown, and just really be able to say like, yeah, it's a big deal that we're on robotics, and this is the way that we can continue to be active in STEM and continue to have these opportunities. So
And do you think like it has been a change since the beginning of the like first or maybe the STEM introduction to girls? Do you think that it has changed something up to this point?
yeah, I really think it has. I think, I feel like first as a program and just in general, STEM is starting to recognize women in STEM, and it's starting to really celebrate that we are in robotics. And I think it really has changed some of the perceptions of, teams like you guys who have a bunch of girls highlighting that you have women on your team, or any of it where it's just really highlighting these facts. I think it's really has improved over the last couple of years. And with FIRST, I really think the program is good at highlighting that there are women in STEM and giving them opportunities to do robotics and to do these sort of things.
For example, we are in our team, we are five girls and three men, or it's kind of that change, like, because in past years we have been, I think last year that they went to Athens. They were five five boys and three girls. So like six and three. Sorry, six boys and three girls. So like the change, the huge change.
That's awesome,
uh,
yeah.
so the final question, it's what what does the experience of Genias means to you? Like,
Yeah, so I think I've kind of touched on this, but I just really like the minute I saw you guys were doing this, I'm like, yes, I want to come on and I want to talk because it is really something that I'm passionate about talking about. And the experience of being able to connect with girls from across the world who are like me, who want to be in STEM and who are passionate about spreading, women belong in robotics and they belong in STEM, and let's celebrate them and hear their stories is something that's really cool and that I really love about what you guys are doing. And, it's a really great experience just to meet people and to be able to connect and share my own story and hopefully inspire some more people and some more girls to join STEM and join robotics.
for sure. So I don't know if you want to, like, if you have a thing or something else that you want to share, like for the episode, to tell the girls that are maybe are seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I just tell people who are saying this, girls who are saying this, that, even if you're not, wanting to be engineers, wanting to be these things, that robotics is so valuable and it's such a great opportunity. And, like I said, I want to be a wildlife biologist. I don't think you'd think of that in robotics going hand in hand. And yet, I think that I have been changed so much for the better because of robotics. All of the skills I've learned, I could probably be on here for 30 minutes listing all that I've learned from this experience. And it's just such a great opportunity to really learn a ton of skills and connect with a community across the world. It's not just one team, it's really a global community that's highlighting, women in STEM, women in this kind of opportunity. And I think it's a really cool thing to be able to be a part of and to see just really the future of STEM and women in STEM growing because of this program. And, just join robotics, join teams, look for STEM communities around you. And really it'll change your life no matter what.
Yes, like we also believe that the skills that you learn in robotics doesn't only help you for like developing or getting better in this competition, but also helps you like forever for your life. Like you learn skills that like transcend even more from your team. Like if maybe if you're in communication or social media and you don't have like the skills or the ability like to talk with a lot of people for a long time, or maybe speak in public, and then you acquire these skills while being in a robotics team. That's something that it also teaches you, like leadership, maybe teamwork, this critical thinking. That those are things that you learn in a robotics team. Doesn't mean that if you're going to get into a robotics team or maybe in a competition or maybe something related with the STEM, you have to dedicate all your life to what you're doing now. That works for everything. Whatever you want to do, there's a space for you to, to develop and to continue growing in something and learning something, because you always learn something when you're like in these competitions, and you obviously meet a lot of people from around the world that have like the same or similar experiences to you. And I think that's amazing, not only for for girls, obviously, so they have the opportunity to learn, but also for all the community that wants to participate in something related with this, that it's amazing experience that I can tell.
Yeah.
So continue. We want to introduce like this dynamic in which we have a small quiz in which we want the people that are viewing like the episode and you also like
Oh,
know these like fun facts about contributions of women from all around the world and from years ago. So we continue with that, and I will share a screen. And so we present this new dynamic about a quiz that it's about contributions of women from all around the world. First question. Ada Lovelace is considered the first computer programmer, true or false?
I'd say true.
True?
True.
Da, da, da,
You can
da.
have this one.
Okay, so it's true. Ada Lovelace wrote the first computer algorithm in the in 18th. 18th? Okay, sorry, in the 18th, before modern computers even exist. She imagined matching doing more than math, like music and art. Total visionary, for sure.
For real, yeah.
So we're going with the next question. So we have this is more like a question related with first in general. And now that we know that you're part of an FTC team,
Yeah.
we want to ask you what is gracious professionalism? You have
So,
three options.
yeah, out of these three options, it is the last one. It's helping others while competing and showing respect.
Okay,
Definitely something that we definitely strive towards as a team, and it's something that I think is nailed into all of our heads and a way that we try to live out our team. So, yeah.
of course. Yes, we believe that, as you said, it is true. And the term gracious professionalism, it was coined by the Dr. Woody Flowers, one of the first like founders, and he beloved first mentor. He was a beloved first mentor, and he like achieved this term to remind teams that helping others and competing with kindness is just as important as winning. So that's also a value that's very important, and first also teaches me.
Yeah.
So next question, what does FIRST stands for? Another first question.
Mhm.
Female innovators in robotics STEAM training, fun in robotics student teams, or for inspiration and recognition of science and technology.
It's for the inspiration and recognition of science and technology. Though the first one would be cool, it is the third one.
Yes, female innovators. Okay, so the right answer is first. See, yes, the first was founded in 1989 to inspire young people in STEM today. It reaches over 100 countries and has impacted millions of students around the world. So yes, inspiration and recognition is the right answer. So we're going with the next question. This is why is it important to recognize women's contributions to science and technology? Here we have four possible answers. We have to encourage gender equality and inspire future generations, or to replace men in the field, to meet school requirements, or to make history lessons easier. What do you
But
think?
so this one, I think it's the to encourage gender equality and inspire future generations. It's kind of we've talked about in our interview, but
Yes.
very important.
So, of course, um, to encourage gender equality, it is important. And we also have another fun fact. So, did you know that recognizing women's contributions in science and technology helps inspire the next generation of girls to innovate, lead, and believe they belong in STEM too. Of course, it's not to replace men or something like that on the field, but we also want to take part of all these wonderful things, right?
Yeah.
So we have another true or false question. Only men have made important contributions to science and technology, true or false?
One's false in a lot of
False?
ways.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously is false. Myth busted. More than 20 women have won Nobel Prizes, which is amazing, in science, proving that it's completely false to say only men have made important discoveries. So that's the end of our presentation and our quiz. We're really happy that you join us in this path and that you like tell us your story, your experiences, and that we can reach and highlight like all the contributions that you have made in science, but in STEM, in first as a woman.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on here and for all the work you're doing with supporting women in STEM and in